Smiling to the self, the half smile that opens a door. There is a quiet medicine available to us at any moment, and it begins with something as simple as softening the mouth. Thich Nhat Hanh often calls this mouth yoga, a gentle, natural half smile that you choose rather than wait for. He explains in The Miracle of Mindfulness that you do not need joy in order to smile. Sometimes the smile is what invites the joy to arrive. In peace is every step. He adds that a true smile is a sign of sovereignty, a way of saying to your nervous system, I am here. I am not drowning. The gesture is small, but it changes how the body breathes, how the face relaxes, and how the mind meets the next moment. Smiling in this sense is not a performance and not a mask. A mask hides. This smile does the opposite. It lets our true face reappear after being pulled tight by anxiety or anger. Imagine a fist slowly unclenching. The fingers did not realize how hard they were gripping until they began to release. The half smile is a similar release, subtle, kind, and within reach, even on difficult days. When a thought begins to race, when a memory bites, when a tone of voice stings, the half smile says, let's meet this with warmth. Thich Nhat Hanh loves to point out that this practice is available everywhere, at a red light, in a long line, while washing a dish, while closing your eyes at night. He suggests a simple gatha to accompany the breath. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. There is nothing to force. The breath stays natural. The smile is light, like the first curve of a moon. Often, just one such breath is enough to change the feel of the whole moment. Muscles along the jaw soften, the brow smooths, the shoulders drop by a fraction. These shifts are not cosmetic. They are the body's way of returning from emergency to home. If this sounds too simple, consider what happens when you do the opposite. When worry climbs, the mouth hardens, the breath grows shallow, and the mind becomes quick and narrow. We spend our energy bracing against life rather than touching it. By contrast, the half smile is an invitation to touch life gently. The gesture is small enough to practice in secret and strong enough to tilt a day. In How to Relax, Thich Nhat Hanh says that even alone in a dark room, he sometimes practices smiling to himself, not out of vanity, but out of care. He insists that such kindness is not selfish. It is preparation. If you cannot bring ease to your own face, ease will be difficult to offer others. Smiling to the self is thus a seed. Water it, and you grow the capacity to smile to a world that needs it. The body remembers, calm physiology, clear mind. This practice works partly because the body is not a separate kingdom from the mind. What we feel and how we hold our muscles shape one another all day long. Thich Nhat Hanh teaches throughout his books that breath, posture, and feeling move together, bring care to one, and the others begin to heal. In How to Sit, he suggests that a kind, upright posture, paired with a soft smile, allows the mind to settle more quickly than any argument we can make with our thoughts. We cannot bully the mind into quiet. We can invite it. A gentle smile does more than look pleasant. It signals the nervous system to shift from alarm toward safety. The muscles of the face have a direct line to the heart's rhythm and the pace of breathing. When they ease, the breath deepens and lengthens, and the body reads this as good news. The shoulders relax a degree or two. The belly softens. The tongue drops from the roof of the mouth. In this small cascade of ease, the mind regains space to choose its next thought rather than being hurled forward by the last one. This is why Thich Nhat Hanh repeatedly pairs the smile with conscious breathing. The breath is the bridge between body and mind. The smile is a lantern on that bridge. At breathing in, the mind returns to the body. Breathing out, the smile spreads the message. You belong here. In the art of living, he calls this return to the present our true homecoming. Joy is not imported from the future, it is discovered in the act of arriving. There is also a practical truth here that modern psychology has echoed in its own language. The way we arrange our face and body feeds back into how we feel and think. When the mouth is gentle, the mind is less likely to sharpen its words. When the breath is slow, we are more able to pause before we reply. None of this cancels sadness or erases anger. It gives us room to relate to them wisely. The half smile is not a denial of pain. It is a way to hold pain without becoming hard. Consider the ordinary moments where this matters. You are about to open a tense message. Your child calls your name in a tone that usually tightens your chest. The meeting begins, and you can feel the old script of defensiveness starting again. If you add one soft breath and a half smile before you act, you give your better self time to arrive. In the art of communicating, Thích Nhất Hạnh teaches that loving speech and deep listening depend on such arrivals. We cannot listen deeply at the speed of panic, and we cannot speak lovingly with a mouth clenched for battle. The smile is the first gesture of peace, a treaty you sign with your own body so that your words will be true. A practice of self-compassion, not pretending. Many people hesitate when they first hear "smile to your sorrow." They worry that this is a kind of spiritual pretending, a forced cheerfulness that papers over real hurt. Thích Nhất Hạnh is very clear. The smile he teaches is not a performance for others and not a command to feel better. It is an act of inclusion. In no mud, no lotus. He writes that suffering is not a mistake. It is the compost in which understanding and compassion grow. To smile to ourselves while we are sad is to acknowledge the sadness and also acknowledge the larger field of our being that can care for it. He often uses the image of a crying baby. When the baby wails, a wise parent does not say, "Be quiet." The parent gathers the child, rocks back and forth, and hums. The baby is still sad, but now the sadness is held. The half smile is the hum. It is the body's way of saying, "I am with you." In anger, wisdom for cooling the flames. He extends the image. Our strong emotions are like raw potatoes. Mindfulness and compassion are the cooking fire. With steady warmth, even harsh feelings become edible. The half smile is the small, steady flame that makes the cooking possible. Smiling to the self also protects us from harshness masquerading as honesty. Some people, trying to be real, speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to a friend. The mouth tightens. The inner voice tightens with it. The half smile interrupts this spiral. It is hard to scold yourself with a kind mouth. The gesture reminds you that your worth is not up for debate, even as you admit mistakes, even as you try again. In How to Love, he says that understanding is the foundation of love, and the first understanding to cultivate is an understanding of your own suffering. The half smile is how that understanding appears on your face. This does not mean we plaster a grin over grief. It means we practice a soft curve that keeps the doorway open. If tears rise, the half smile can exist with them. If anger is strong, the half smile can keep your words from hardening past truth. If fear hums beneath the skin, the half smile can signal to the body somebody responsible is here. It is an ethical choice as much as an emotional one, because it protects the people around us from the spillover of our storms. Smiling to the self is also a vow to be present for ordinary goodness. When we only smile in reaction to obvious joy, we miss 1,000 quiet chances to meet life. Thích Nhất Hạnh calls attention to these chances constantly. The warmth of a cup in your hands, the rustle of leaves, the sound of another human breathing in the room. The half smile trains the eyes to notice. Over time, this noticing changes the climate inside us. Gratitude ceases to be a special event and becomes a way of seeing. The smile in daily life. Simple ways to live it. Because this practice is so small, it can happen everywhere without fanfare. Thich Nhat Hanh often invites us to pair the half smile with the activities that already shape our days. When you wake, before your feet touch the floor, feel the in-breath arrive and let the corners of the mouth soften. This tiny ritual says, I will begin as I mean to continue, with gentleness. When you step through a doorway, touch the doorframe lightly and smile, a way of remembering that thresholds are holy because they carry us from one scene of life to another. When you sit to eat, pick up a piece of fruit and smile at it, seeing the sun, rain, soil, and hands gathered in its sweetness. He often tells the story of eating an orange with full attention. The orange becomes more real, and so do we. In How to Walk, he offers a gatha that turns an ordinary path into sacred ground. I have arrived. I am home. Try pairing this with the half smile for the first 10 steps whenever you leave or arrive. The mind, used to sprinting ahead, will join you more quickly if you give it rhythm. If you drive, let the red light be a bell of mindfulness. 3 breaths, soft mouth, eyes that actually see the sky. If you work at a computer, let the first keystrokes of the hour be typed with a half smile, a reminder that output does not define your interior. When irritation rises, agree in advance to add 1 breath and 1 smile before you speak. This is not a trick to control others. It is a courtesy to yourself and to the truth you are trying to serve. Many regrets dissolve when we buy ourselves 5 seconds of humanity. In The Art of Communicating, Thich Nhat Hanh calls loving speech a gift that costs nothing and saves a great deal of suffering. The half smile is how you wrap the gift. If you find the practice slipping away, make friends with small reminders. A kettle's whistle, a bird's call, the ping of a message, these can all become bells that invite you back. In Plum Village, the community stops for 3 breaths when the bell sounds. You can carry this culture into your home and workplace without announcing it to anyone. When your bell rings, you smile and breathe. If someone asks why you seem calmer lately, you can share the secret. I am practicing mouth yoga. There is beauty too in practicing with others. Sit with a friend for 10 minutes, breathing and smiling without words. Walk slowly around the block together, silently repeating the gatha. Share a cup of tea without screens, and let your smiles be simple acknowledgments. You are here. I am here. This is enough. These small sanghas, 2 or 3 people, are powerful. Habit energy is contagious. So is presence. When even one person in a room remembers to soften the mouth and breathe, the whole room has a better chance. The smile that touches the world. Thich Nhat Hanh never keeps practice in the realm of private comfort. He believes the smallest acts of awareness have public consequences. In Being Peace, he writes that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are always smiling, not because they ignore suffering, but because their smile expresses tolerance, compassion, and steady love. When one person in a difficult conversation keeps a soft mouth and a soft tone, the conversation changes. When a teacher greets students with a real smile, some unseen anxiety in the room eases. When a nurse smiles at a patient, fear has less room to grow. These are not cliches. They are daily acts of protection. He calls such gestures the most basic kind of peace work. They do not replace policy or protest. They make both more humane. Without inner stability, our activism can become another form of aggression. With a practiced capacity to smile in the midst of pressure, our action can be firm without being cruel. In Creating True Peace, he describes reconciliation at every scale, from families to nations, as the work of listening without violence and speaking with care. A half smile before we open our mouth may be the smallest, most practical step toward that vision. This way of living also changes how we relate to the earth. A smile given to a tree is not silly. It is a way of remembering relationship. In Love Letter to the Earth, he invites us to fall in love with the planet, to see our breath as the work of leaves and our water as the work of clouds. Smiling is how that love appears on the face. Love sustained by small, faithful acts is more durable than love fueled by bursts of alarm. The smile keeps alarm from burning us out. There is a paradox worth embracing. The half smile is both humble and revolutionary. It is humble because no one may notice it but you. It is revolutionary because it trains the nervous system toward nonviolence. Every time you soften your mouth in the presence of fear or anger, you vote for a different future. You become a person others trust with their truth. You become a place where heat cools and clarity grows. Let this chapter end in the way Thích Nhất Hạnh would likely prefer, with an invitation to practice now, in your real body, in your actual room. Set down whatever you are holding. Sit or stand in a way that is friendly to the spine and kind to the shoulders. Let your eyes rest softly or close them. Breathing in, know that you are breathing in. Breathing out, let the mouth become a half smile, barely there, just enough to signal warmth. If a worry grabs for your sleeve, do not yank away. Smile to the worry. Hello, I see you. If sadness rises, smile to the sadness. You belong too, and I will keep you company. If nothing in particular comes, smile to the simple wonder of air moving in and out of your living body. After a minute or two, open your eyes and look around as if you have just arrived from a long trip. Let your face show that arrival. Walk to the next task as if your feet were writing a short poem on the floor. When you speak, let the half smile shape your words. When you eat, let it widen a little to receive the gift on the plate. When you say goodnight to someone you love, let it tell the truth. I am here with you. Sometimes joy will cause your smile. Sometimes your smile will cause your joy. As Thích Nhất Hạnh says in Peace is Every Step, why discriminate? Practice either way and you will discover the same thing. The smile you offer the world begins with the one you offer yourself. It is a doorway into presence, a signal of compassion, and a quiet vow to meet life gently, moment by moment, breath by breath.